Hello guys, and welcome back to another Supreme Ruler Ultimates, continuing our Imperial, Japan, and USA playthrough. In the last episode we went around making some deals and some treaties with other nations. We were figuring out some stuff about our economy at the start of the game, and just generally we're getting ready for war, essentially, and trying to making sure we have a stable nation that does not have the weaknesses of democracies at this time, while hopefully retaining their strength. And that is close what we're going to be continuing on in this episode as we prepare for our very first target, the weak Caribbean island Haiti. I know, I aim high, but hope you guys enjoy the episode. I went ahead and sent the friendship treaties to New Zealand. I have so much money now, I might as well just pay them to get relations off the ground. Australia is willing to give me full transit, like right now, or line of sight. I think I'll go for full transit with them. I don't have to pay them for it or anything, so it's fine. 41 mil, alright, take that with New Zealand. Really cement our ownership of the Pacific here. That would be pretty neat. If we end up drifting towards the UK, then hopefully they survive World War II. If the UK doesn't survive World War II, I actually don't mind. But if people like Australia and New Zealand do, then that would be nice. Maybe South Africa. Canada, I couldn't really care less about. If they died, I'd be happy, because then I could just kill whoever took them over. If they don't make any allies, and the UK dies, then I could always attack them, because then they have no one that's going to protect them. That's also a thing. I can get line of sight with Australia as well. I just have to do it like one by one. That's great. New Zealand's a little more finicky about what they want to give me. Okay, I can see into Australia now. It's a bright wasteland of nothingness. Hell, during this point, it was its own entire continent. And there's only not even 7 million people. For all this land. All this beautiful wasteland. I have so many diplomatic offers. I'm making money. That's for sure. But my inflation just hit 4%. That's no bueno. So, what are some ways I can go about fixing this? So, electricity is in a situation. I'm making a lot more of it than I need. Let's turn off a bunch of our coal plants, because that will have a several-fold effect. We're not dismantling them, just turning them off, under the assumption we'll turn them back on later. We can afford to turn off even more. Let's do that. We won't be selling electricity, but overproducing it doesn't really have a purpose, because the market price is lower than our actual production price. Yeah, we're not selling any excess, so we might as well start doing this. It says we're only producing like 105% of demand. That might be a recent change. It's not completely showing here, but there, I've turned off so many of those. That should help a little bit. Just got light machine guns researched. Troubled timber industry. God damn it! Why am I suddenly getting random events? Our stocks of timber have been reduced. Global warming has triggered more forest fires. First off, that would not affect timber I have sitting around in storage. But, great. I got a random event that reduced my timber. Damn, all the playthroughs we did, we never got any random events. My first 2 random events are just me losing goods. What the fuck? Jesus. Haiti is starting to not like me. I wonder why. Oh, right. So I'm fucking looking at the wrong thing. Government support. Fund insurgency. That's this. This was what I accidentally boosted up to max. I had this boosted, so this was actually working at like twice the rate and efficiency. It's actually not that bad. That's not a lot of money maxed out for just Haiti. It's not even a mil. Shouldn't affect inflation too bad, which is already just bad in itself. It's at 4.4%. At least I'm not Canada with 7.4%. I fully expect inflation to just jump up to like 9%. It always does at the beginning for democratic countries. Dema, actually, you have it a lot easier. Because you're a dictatorship. You're not going to get any real tourism bonuses or anything. Your inflation is looking pretty fucking healthy. Oh, I think we got our first rubber plantations done. Nice. Nice. We can't build... Damn it. The existence of Pearl Harbor stops me from building rubber plantations there. That sucks. And here too, Fort Shafter. I think this has some.
Hey, you need it bombed? I can help you out there.
A what? A bond?
No, I asked if you need it bombed.
Oh, you need it bombed? Hey, you need Pearl Harbor bombed? I could help you out. No. I would like to keep Pearl Harbor, but I'm just saying, there's a little bit of rubber under there that would be nice to reach. It's a little teeny tiny bit. Yeah, there's some here under Fort Shafter. I might get rid of Fort Shafter. I just build an airbase over here and a barracks right here.
I mean,
I can access that.
Shift Pearl Harbor over.
That is true. I could just shift it to Honolulu or something. That would take a lot of construction that I'm not going to fuck with right now in the beginning of the game while inflation still runs wild.
I was just saying that if you really wanted the rubber.
Oh, yeah.
And I actually have very good sustainability right now.
Define sustainability.
I mean, I'm not self-sustaining everything, but I balance out a lot of my resources to what I need.
Oh. Nicaragua, blah, blah, blah. I don't care about that. It's fine. I'm thinking about scrapping a good amount of these coal plants, actually. We're not going to need this many. I'm going to be improving my power grid. I could get some industrial goods back to sell and stuff. And I know I just won't need this. I have 90 turned off and we're still making an excess. Once this research finishes, it's going to get even more of an excess, and then there's another research after that. The next researches aren't until like modern day, but I am definitely thinking of getting rid of a lot of these. As it stands, when we take over new countries, we're going to get all their power production as well. It won't be as efficient, but I'm not just going to go ahead and just deconstruct all of them. Just the things like this, small and mids, I will be deconstructing. Because this place won't be loyal to me, I'll have like halved production anyway. Unless I colonize it, but we're not going to worry about that. So let's actually scrap, let's say 40 of these. A nice round 250. I don't know why the hell it brought me over to Ethiopia just there. I'm going to go ahead also and research this right here, this Cimarron transport, just for getting goods and stuff around. It's going to be necessary while my AI does some dumb stuff like making little patrol boats try to go to Hawaii when they don't have the fuel to get out there. We have some civilian cargo ships already that will take care of that, but it's good to have something that can go further in case it's needed. We'll go for full transit with Spain. Gonna have to pay them for it, but that's fine. And with Portugal. More treaties will make them like us more over time. And the amounts they're going to want from me are minimalistic. 44, 45 million. That's easy, considering I'm sitting on like 12.6 billion. 54 million, again, simplistic. Oh, and they have colonies too. Nice. So if we do manage to get them as some kind of ally, that would be great, because we also don't have to worry about their colonies. Of course, here's my good old US Philippines. This is going to be my most self-productive colony. Like the most standalone colony that I just don't have to interfere with. Until I tell it to make me like oil. Like I come over here and I like tell it to make oil here. Well then they're going to have to take out some debt probably. The next best colony I have is Puerto Rico, but they're not nearly as big or good. And the moment I tell them to do something, oh my god, they're gonna have to take out debt like crazy. It's gonna be great. Accept these. Colonies like the US Canal Zone are literally unsustainable because there's nothing there except a fucking airfield. What other shitty colonies do we have? Guam is not a sustainable thing because it's only one island. Anywhere else? Let me look at my colonies. I have like 6. Kiritimati. Right, that's over here. Also unsustainable. Just a little island. And US Samoa. All the way down here. Another unsustainable island. Colonies are best when they're big and they don't need your support. Little islands like that are not the greatest, and I may or may not end up annexing those eventually. It would just make sense, because they're not going to contribute anything if they can't even sustain themselves. Puerto Rico and Philippines, on the other hand, can sustain themselves, and I can make good use of them. Everything I take over otherwise, like in the Americas, I'm just going to probably annex. Just to get it under my control immediately. Might as well. I want to see a nice blue blob. Directly increase the population and all that shit in my country. That'd be great. Inflation is doing a awful, awful thing. Our minister has gone ahead and actually lowered our production of oil a lot because it's not the most profitable thing to sell. And we're just producing so much of it. We have so many gas fields. Even without advanced tech, there's just not enough usage of it in the world. Coal, we're still selling like crazy. We're selling like hotcakes. The price of oil actually started out at 7. It's down to 5. I'm the top producer and top consumer of it. Great. Top producer of coal as well. Great. Lovely. Consumer goods. Yo. So I'm going to help my economy some more here, and I'm going to turn off a lot of coal mines. Debate maybe scrapping some, but I don't know. I don't think I'll need to. Let's get that rapid button clicking. Just literally 97 of them, almost half of them off. This is something you actually sell to your people. I guess it, along with oil, are used for things like heating. Well, this is used for like cars. I think coal might specifically be used for things like heating and stuff. All I know is it has a civilian demand, so I don't need to dismantle these just because, say, I'm not using coal power as much, because the civs want some as well. They don't want that much. Most of it definitely comes from like industry goods and electric power, but yeah. I don't imagine I'll be making more coal plants. At the end of the day, having all hydro wouldn't be bad. Making hydro is insane, though. It's like, it costs so much in so many ways. But I'm going to definitely leave these 50 just offline, ready to be re-enabled in case I need them. Austro-German agreement signed. Something something anti-Nazi program. Just, yeah, great. They're becoming friends. Austria won't exist in a few years. It'll be wonderful. Well, I just checked, and I've already lost one of the 2 MILCAP penalties. Germany and Italy are already fielding bigger armies than I am, which is kind of impressive. Italy, it makes sense because they're at war.
Germany
I still hold
is
the
preparing
production
to
one.
attack the Rhineland.
No, it's not. It's just deploying its forces to prepare for the Anschluss. The Rhineland happens before the start of the game. Italy's not doing too shabby in Ethiopia. Once the war gets started, by the way, I guarantee a lot of countries will start asking me for oil. It always happens. If you have oil, you're gonna get bum rushed. Like, give us oil. Hey, we can actually export rubber now because it's just so cheap to make. We have some synthetic plantations. We have 1 synthetic plantation. I'm actually just going to scrap this. It uses oil and electricity. I don't want it. Just make more regular rubber plantations over time. We will eventually probably make synthetic stuff, It's expensive to make. It's expensive to maintain. I just don't want anything to do with it while I have all this other rubber available. Fun fact, though, for the viewers, I can't build here. This is some kind of glitch. I can't build anything here, I don't think. At least I can't build rubber plantations here. Even though it tells me rubber's here, can't build it there. I think it's just a glitch. It's a glitch that makes me sad, but I think it's a glitch. Guam can have a rubber plantation. If I tell them to build it, their economy will, like, destroy itself. They'll run out of money. People will start leaving even more than they're leaving right now. But I'm going to tell them to build it. I'm probably just going to annex them eventually anyway.
What you could do is you could tell them build it, you give them...
Throw money at them, I know.
Throw money, throw the resources, and then once they finish building it, take them over.
I would have to throw so much money at them for them to get that done, it's literally not worth it. I'm just going to give them the order and see if they manage it. And if they don't, I might just end up annexing them. Because, I mean, they're going to be useless in every single way, because they're just a little island. Little island colonies are not useful. Haiti hates my guts. And, I mean, I've definitely been working to make it that way. We're both gaining some good casus belli on each other. They have more against me than I have on that. No, actually, maybe not. That's just their likelihood to attack me. I'm up to 39% towards them. Once we get to 70%, that's when I will go ahead and attack. Well, actually, I'm not rushing. So I'll actually go ahead and put this to the usual 100% efficiency instead of doubling it. Because I'm not rushing to take them down or anything. I don't need to worry about it. I can spend a little less money there. Because my inflation's already at 8%. Which sounds terrible if you know real-world economics. But Canada right now is at 13%. The UK is at 9.1%. France is at 9%. It doesn't work exactly like it does in real life here, but when you're a democracy, there's only so much you can do to stop yourself from inflating. And I do pretty much everything I can. Well, my military good factory finished. Nice, that's a bit more production. That's a fair bit more production, too. That's pretty nice. Awesome. Still producing excessive amounts of consumer goods. Still debating making less of these factories or something. But I don't know. It's hard to decide. We're literally selling, like, all of it. It's great for money, but probably not the best for inflation. It's not the best for inflation. Definitely isn't. So I might just turn a bunch of them off. Like 100 of them. We're already, like, minimize our ore production. Because it's not profitable to export. And we're using barely any of it. So I'm going to go ahead and just turn off, let's say, about half of the ore mines that I have. Another thing that should help with inflation. Coal is on and off, proving favorable to export a little bit. So we're producing a lot of that again. Oil, still doing the same thing it was doing. Timber we're exporting. What do we actually, yeah, we actually have timber mills. Not that we necessarily need them. We have one farm. A single farm, and I might actually delete it. The reason being is we don't need farms, because anywhere you see red will automatically produce food. And as you see, we're producing a lot more than we need. I'm going to dismantle this single farm that I have. If I need to build some later, I'll build some. My main problem right now is just fighting inflation in every little way that I can. Now I'm just turning off. I'm gonna see what happens if I just literally turn off, like, pretty much all the timber mills. Because I guarantee you, these timber mills are a very teeny tiny amount of my production of timber. I guarantee you. Probably barely anything. Compared to the grand scheme of things here.
What I did is I just...
Yeah, barely anything.
I just went to it and just clicked on industry control. And I just dropped...
that leaves the facility active, though, which consumes more money and stuff.
And the capacity.
Again, that doesn't turn facilities off. It just slows their production. It's more efficient to fight inflation if you turn something off than just lowering the production amount of it. It's more efficient to just dismantle the whole thing than it is to turn it off. So those timber mills are all barely any of our production, so I'll just leave them offline. I won't go about really deconstructing them, I don't think. I don't know. Our production's already just so amazing. I don't know that we'll ever need any actual timber mills. Especially considering, turn on timber, a lot of the places we're going to be taking have a fuck ton of timber, and all these red spots self-produce. They only do this for timber and agriculture, I think. The mines might do it a little bit. I don't think so. Oh god, Brazil has so many trees. We have so many trees. Colombia has so many trees. Everybody has so many trees. Yeah, I'll probably scrap them now that I look at it again. I mean, I might as well. We don't need them. They're still consuming money even when they're turned off. It's fine. I can remake them later if I want. What sucks the most, though, is that all the little places they're built at won't get dismantled. None of the industrial complexes. So if I wanted to dismantle them, I'd have to go around my country hunting for industrial complexes to turn off. But I could just leave them there because they barely consume anything, and I can just use the build at suggested feature, and then it'll rebuild them there, and that's if I need them.
Wow, I didn't realize that I had literally no timber mill.
Because, I mean, do you even need them? Your entire fucking country produces it. Basically.
I had 2, and I just didn't build any.
Your entire country produces timber without needing any timber mills, so you don't necessarily need any.
Now, agriculture, I do need some, but not, like, to the extreme.
Oh, I don't. One thing I didn't do, I once again forgot to do something. It's all very overwhelming. I'm gonna go and change my theater priorities. This hasn't affected anything, so it doesn't really matter. Basically, I'm gonna be telling all my troops, to some extent, hey, I don't want you around China and Japan. At least, you know, where these colors are. Don't have any reason to have anybody in Central Asia. No reason to have anybody in Eastern Europe. Or the Middle East. Or Eastern Africa. Or Southern Africa. Or, you know what, not even the Indian Ocean. There's no reason. Here, there's a reason, because I have the Philippines, I guess. None in Northwest Africa. Northwest Africa includes the center of Africa. That is a naming scheme right there. We don't need anybody in Western or Eastern Europe. Or Central, sorry. Oh, this is Central Europe. I always considered, like, this Central Europe. Northern Europe, don't need anybody. We don't need anybody. We don't need anybody in the South Pacific or Atlantic, but we can have them there. Because eventually we will expand down there anyway. Haiti has 61% war justification against us. Oh no. What if they attack us? That'll be the day. I'm going to turn off even more of my coal mines. Because I'm realizing just how little of these I actually need. Let's just bring it all the way down to like 25. Yeah, basically. Just bring it down to 25 because I literally don't need this much. I have so much stuff that I don't need. Ore mines. Still don't even need the 50. Let's bring this down to 25. I don't want to rebuild these at any point, so... I don't think these produce naturally, do they? No, metal ore does not produce naturally. Coal does not produce naturally. I'm actually going to shut down a lot of my consumer goods factories in order to pump out less. We'll get less money, but that doesn't matter because I'm already by far the richest country. So money is not really going to do much for us. And it will control our inflation a bit better. Here we can take it down to 100 active factories. France approves military buildup. In response to the growing German militarization, France has approved plans to dramatically increase its own spending. I'm just going to hit OK because I'm not picking sides. And go back to selling my weekly goods.
I forgot how long treaty integrity takes to repair.
Yes. It takes a good long time. Unless we go full warmonger, nobody likes us, this will be a thing that is played out over the years. We haven't even gone through a full year yet with it playing on fast. I've actually gone ahead and scaled back a good amount of my military production. Oh, that is not what I meant to do. I scaled back a good amount of military production, mainly air production. I turned off 1 land production facility and 4 air production. Just not even to lose the mil cap penalty, but to just reduce spending, really. So I'm doing like a whole lot of things to try to deal with inflation. I'm doing a lot better with inflation than the AI would do, but oh boy, it's still at like nearly 13%.
I actually increased the production facilities. I'm getting 3 land over at where I think Korea is right now. Well, would be.
I think Korea's over there.
Air production.
I think Korea's over there. I'm not sure about it, but I think.
It's where they would be, but I own it right now. Everyone's coming to me for agriculture.
People tried coming to me for agriculture, and I was like, no.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna skyrocket in agriculture once I take China, so it's not gonna be too bad.
Maybe. I mean, you're gonna take a lot of people. Maybe it doesn't produce as much as it consumes.
That is true.
Scaling back my military production, especially my planes, had the nice consequence of lowering my rubber production. Or, well, usage, I guess. So soon I'll become a rubber exporter. I think I'm already exporting rubber.
You probably
I'm already exporting rubber. And the funny thing is, I got a lot of it super cheap from the UK, so I just bought their rubber and now I'm reselling it at a higher price. Sweden is offering good prices for agriculture. That's actually good prices, I'll take that. And now Ireland wants agriculture. Good prices, I'll take it. Alright, well, the world needs food. And they're willing to offer above market price. Even though there's great market availability. Do I understand? No. Will I profit off it? Yes. Have I finally gotten inflation to stop growing? And just stay at a single point? If so, that's pretty crazy. Tourism has like, almost doubled since the start of the game. Tourism's a bitch. Once I go to war here, which is going to be pretty soon, because we're at 63% war justification, my tourism should shoot down, and with it, my inflation. Belgium wants to sell me, buy industry goods. Okay.
My inflation is 4.3%, my unemployment, and my tourism.
It would be nice to be a dictatorship right now. To not have massive inflation. Oh, it went up another 0.1%. God damn it. Oh, when I go to war, that'll fix it. It'll plummet tourism, which will solve a lot of the problems for me. It's like I'm enacting the New Deal. I'm just doing a bunch of things to help, but it's not quite enough. And then going to war just solves it. But everyone's gonna thank the New Deal instead of the war.
I should technically raise my inflation right before I take over China, so my deflation doesn't hurt.
In a way.
I mean, yes, it's a risky move. And I don't want to inflate it too much, but I'm talking about like around 10% inflation. So that way I don't get or basically compare it to. Oh wait, no, that's a bad idea. I just looked at China's inflation.
You don't inherit their inflation, keep that in mind. Because you don't inherit their policies.